Hello people, welcome back to DutchModeling, and today we're here for another inbox review. And in the trend of last couple, it's a Asuka kit provided by me by Domino.be. As you can see, they associated them with myself in my new intro. It makes it all clear. So this is the Asuka 135th US medium tank, the M4A1 German Mid Production. This is kit number 35-101. See there, there, and it costs 5,500 yen. No clue what. Just make that what you want of it. Something fell down there. Oh, it's one of the guinea pigs. Apparently, it's a highly accurate static display model, ready to assemble precision model kit. Soldier figure included. That's cool. We'll see about that one. On the sides, again, box art and the kit. Here you got some overview of the workable suspension, which is one of Asuka's high points. The tracks, belt tracks, it says here. Here you can see how suspension replaced with a space. I have no clue what this means. We'll see. A write-up of a language I cannot understand. And on this side we got a build model. You can see with a 75mm gun, the VVSS suspension that I can understand. You can see a little decal sheet and a little thread of PE. And the importer. And that's it. So let's open a box and see what's in there. And really like Asuka, that's not a lot. But I will put everything aside. Oh, they're two-part tracks. So all the plastic aside, and you're left with the decals and the instructions. And as per usual, we'll start with the instructions. This is a separate sheet for some reason. But this is the painting scheme. I'll do that last. So first the instructions here. Study, little warnings here. And they start with the tracks. That's something different. And as you can see, how you put them together. And you can assemble them with plastic model cement. So you can state it up there. And metallic grey and flat black. Well, I wouldn't know about the metallic grey, but you do you. Then you do the drive sprockets. And there are two separate ones. And it has to do with either vehicle you want. There are four different vehicles. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. So you see, this is 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So before you start assembling the tank, if you want to follow one of the color schemes, make sure you got the right tank number. And just to make it complete, we do the HQ Company, 2nd Battalion, 3rd Armored Regiment, 1st Armored Division in Tunisia, spring 1943. It's this one. And this one, this is Major Jim Zimmermans. So this is Henry III, Henry E. Gardner. So they're definitely more famous tanks, although I've never heard of them. But that's my problem. Then you got 3rd Battalion HQ, 67th Armored Regiment, 2nd Armored Division in Sicily in 1943. It's this one. And you got tank number 9 from C Company, 751st Tank Battalion, 5th Army in Italy in April 45. That's this one, that's a comic. So make sure you know which tank you want to build before you go on the instructions, because there are differences. First the drive sprocket, then the wheels, suspension arm assembly. And this is, you have to make 6, and these are all the same. So, but they're outside. There are apparently differences Okay, these swing arms or suspension arms are supposed to be on the outside. So, during bow reassembly, please note the outside direction. So these two have to be on the outside. Make sure you put them wrong, right way. Step 5 is the suspension assembly. Here's a whole lot of information here. Do not cement, so they're movable. Note the direction, how they are. Okay, there's a slight bend in it, and the bend is supposed to be outwards. Really read these instructions carefully. If you want to fix the height of the suspension, choose the A spacer. And this is rubber sheet. Okay. So these rubber pads actually help making the suspension actually compress. Because, yeah, well, it's rubber and this is just styrene and it's fixed, so that's cool. I thought they didn't know how they did it. Outside goes on, the return roller goes on, the track skiff goes on, wheels go on. Lower hole assembly down here. Then we do the air cleaner assembly, the air filter. Air cleaner 1 or A or B. Do not exactly, for all examples except for type 4. And so, yeah, there's a difference in between here. So, back plate, the idlers, idler setup, air cleaner, just the one you built, goes on. Differential cover and fender assembly, just for 1 and 2, 3 and 4, so they're 2 different differential covers. Just pick the one you want or need. Then you go over to the whole upper part assembly. Yeah, the lights, intakes, lights or horn. Don't know what that exactly is. And this is the upper hole, more stuff like here. You can see here the intakes, the grab handles, light, clean air vents. Then everything goes together. So the differential cover, lower hole, upper hole. The bow machine gun goes in, the ball machine gun. And they are, no clue what this is. Can't read it. Sorry. Oh, yeah. This is all in Japanese. I'm guessing this has something to do with photo etch. But for what? Sorry, don't know. Maybe somebody from Japan can read that if there's somebody here. No clue what that means. So, sorry, can't help you there. The hatches, driver's hatches, engine deck assembly here. Then you got the more part for the upper hull. But basically it's the hatches go in place, fenders go in place, the headlights with the headlight brackets go in place. Engine deck installation, and then the tools, brackets for the rear lights, all that kind of stuff. Here you see how the tools are placed. 16, 17 here. More tools on the side, filler caps, sorry. Then the bogies all go on, the differential cover goes on, and sprocket goes on. Do not cement. What don't we cement? Oh, the idler and the sprocket are not supposed to be glued in place. Because it's all workable and that's where you can keep the track workable. So I'm hoping the track is glued very well in place, otherwise it will just break. Let's see, is this... No, then we continue over here. Because we didn't have the turret yet. The gun assembly. So it's 2-part gun by the looks of it. Mantlet. The coax. Actually a picture of a real mantlet there. The commander's hatch being assembled done. Next up is the M2 machine gun assembly. Or the 50 cal. Then some ammo boxes. This looks like to be the 30 cal. The mounting brackets. No, this is... Yeah? No, this is still the 50 cal, but there's just the brackets on there. That's all. And spare barrel. You got 2 apparently, I guess. And some ammo, an ammo belt. 21, 22. 50 cal placed on the... Sorry. Oh. On the commander's hatch. You can see here, commander's hatch open. And all kinds of the antennae, pistol port or ammo delivery port. Extra armor, I guess. Hooks and the figure. That looks out of the commander set. So that I didn't know that was in there. Yeah, well, it's set on the top. And then you put everything together after you build up the fuel cans. So, and then there's a color call out here in Tamiya, because I know XF is Tamiya, and it's either Mr. Hobby or Mr. Hobby Accuracy, because it says GSI on the top. So I cannot help you on a color. Yeah, well, these are the colors you need. So if you know your Tamiyas or your Mr. Hobbies, just freeze and you know, because I cannot read it. Towing rope. Why change here? And this is the length. I'm guessing this is 1-to-1 the rope. So point it out down here, there. So you can measure it and glue on the eyelids. And that's it for the instructions. So of all the Asukas I have now reviewed, this is number 3. These instructions are by far the easiest. So that's a good thing. Let's see the decals. And you know, this is the photo edge sheet. This is really just minimal. That's how I like it. And the photo edge, there's this. No clue what this is. Oh! I'm guessing they had a little bag inside the bag for the photo edge so it wouldn't damage the decals. Good idea. Haven't seen that one before. As you can see, Tesca 2007. You can see Henry, comic, Major Jim. And registration numbers. So they all look good. Minimal carrier film, so that's cool. I won't be using these because I'm using the spray on the masks from the crafting wheel, which I did a review on. For things like that, I'm not gonna use decals anymore because the other ones just look better. But still, decals look good, definitely. So there's no problem there. Let's see the plastic. They still do the damped staples. I'm just gonna keep them out of the bag, so I'm not gonna throw them back. There's a very slight texture to these, very slightly only. And the turret as well. The molding on the upper hole in the turret are very crisp. Yeah, very crisp. Detail is very high, as you can see, hopefully. There. You can see the slight texture on the armor, so that's cool. And the turret as well. And you can see there the texture, so that looks good. There's a little bulge here, just on this one side. Yeah, just on this side. It's an asymmetric turret, as you can hopefully see. There's a bulge, and there isn't, so the turret is... Come on. I can't show you like this. Doesn't wanna... There, oh now you can see. There's the bulge, there it is, so it's an asymmetric turret. Never noticed that before. Interesting. I don't see any weld seams on here. Around the, you would expect maybe something around the, I don't know if this is a cast turret or a welded turret, to be honest, so it might be that there won't need to be any weld seams, but and the lower turret ring, there's really nothing to see, so back in there. Next up is suspension parts. We got 3 sprues and they all are the same. So I'm going to keep one, put 2 back. Let's go over this one. See if I can get it. Maybe this is better for your eyes. A little bit easier going. Let's see. Oh, this is nice. Actually, the production numbers and everything is stamped in here, molded in here. I think you got some extra bolts on the sprue as well. There. There's a little bit flash inside of the wheels. You got 2 different wheels, open spokes and closed. So there's no interesting something on this side of the sprue, so I'm gonna keep it to this. The track sliders are very thin, but they might actually be to scale. So, yeah, this looks nice. So the absorbers here look very nice. I really like how they... Oh, there's actually a different print in the different bogey hair faces. See if the camera picks it up. There you can see the detail in there. And here's something at the other side. But that's cool. I had a smaller one, but that's gone, so I'm just going to do it like this. Now the wheels, you see there a little bit of flash inside of the wheel. That's the other side of the bogies. These are also very clean. The arms, those are just seem like hubcaps almost. So I don't know if those inserts or what they are for. Arms, the return rollers, basically. This is all even in there are numbers, so detail wise it's the really, how do you say in English, the devil is in the detail? Well, there is some detailing in this one, that's for sure. That's cool. So this is one of the one of three. So there's quite some work, especially if you're gonna make them movable. Haven't seen the rubber pads yet, but they might still come. I'm pretty looking forward to those. So these are mainly parts for the transmission cover, the ribs, the fenders, sides, tools, idler points. It's also for the idlers. This is almost going to break off, so you have to be careful. The bow machine gun, the ball machine gun, vents. It's also for the idlers. This looks like extra armor plating from the sides for the turret. Don't know what this is, to be honest. No clue. Hatches and cupola. And then again here on the cover, different serial numbers with a cast texture on it. Here's cast texture on the outside, so that's nice. The fenders aren't overly thin, but that doesn't really matter. The machine gun looks pretty good. It's not drilled open, it's dented in, so it has the impression that it's open. That's cool. You got the choice out of two different machine guns. I'm guessing you have to, with it, because it's being a ball machine gun. It's this one. This probably the coax. There you go. A little bit of a close-up. This thing I don't know what it is. Looks almost like a console, mid console in a car, where your handbrake is situated. There's the. Again, you can see numbers everywhere, even there on the commander's cupola there. That's really, really cool. If you hear a beeping in the background, that's the washing machine that's finished. So. It's yelling for attention. There's the machine guns. The air cooled there. Like I said, they're not drilled. Let's see if I can show it to you what I mean. There. They're not quite drilled open, but they just dented a bit, so they seem open. Reinforcement ribs and a whole lot of bolts. And there's the, again with the serial numbers. And the cast texture. You can see there's texture on there as well. So that's pretty cool. And just to be sure, yeah, actually on these there's also texture on the inside. See? I don't think you will be able to see this. So you see the ejector pin marks are on the inside. I'm sure you can see those. So that's cool. I actually thought about the placement of those. Next up, sprockets and idlers. And these are two of the same. So I'm just going to leave one in. No, I'm not, because they're stuck to the other. Again, the texture And then all the bolt heads there, so that's cool. Again, two different idlers. Again with the inserts here. So there's probably first, or you have to insert this into here, I guess. So this fills up completely. That would be my guess. A little bit of flash there. Ooh, shit. Almost broke it off. This one broke off already. These sprockets, two different kinds. Oh no, the other side of these. Are they different? Yeah, they're slightly different. Just ever so slightly. Close up. You can see they're slightly different. And then there's the idler and the transmission cover. You can see the nice texture on there. Oh. And there the other side of the idlers. And the closed one. So, looks good. Be careful because I almost broke stuff off already. And we don't want that because you lose stuff. Well, clear parts, vision blocks and headlights. So I'm not going to show you these more detail than that. We got another cover. Mantlet, guessing for placement of the gun, part of the mantlet again, yeah, well, it's very loose. The gun itself, two parts, another transmission cover, hooks, light, air vents. This looks more like a pistol port cover. There's a little bit of detail on this one and on this one, and of course on the main parts of the mantlet. Especially here again, you see in the light nicely the texture there as well with the screw heads. That's cool. So they're next really bolted, they're screwed in place as you can see. Those are bolts. And here again, this is a different transmission cover. Just a little bit smoother. The gun two parts, so that's a bit of a shame. And this side is smooth of these. If I turn it around, there you can see the texture there. So nice. It's all been in the bag for a while. A couple of parts are really loose. No clue what this is. I'm guessing this has to do with the suspension. If you want to firm it up, you got BBC and CAA. So I'm guessing, yeah, these are the filler blocks. They're all different thicknesses, so you can tie down the suspension. That's what we read in earlier. These are just the, if you do not want the suspension movable, you use these, and they're all guessing. You can see the blocks are different thickness. C is no thickness, so it's completely pushed together, and this is fully out, I guess. I don't know. I don't know exactly how you call it. One is completely compressed and the other one is completely at ease. I'm guessing that's the best word I can think of at the moment. Next we got, oh, here's the figure. We got the air cleaners fenders, engine deck, more engine deck, rear bed deck. Figure's interesting. Not too bad. It's a very Tamiya figure. Stance and quality of the molding and the way. Yeah, I'm guessing they got this from Tamiya, or somebody from Tamiya helped them. Would be my guess. Air cleaners, two different ones. Whole lot of small stuff. Your light brackets here. The tool fenders on the front. Again, the molding is very sharp. Filler caps, and here's the figure. Let's see if I can zoom it in. See, it's not a happy tanker. Fish belt there, there's arms, there's holster, there's dust binoculars, no, goggles, and there's a door and the other air filters, the exhausts and all the small stuff there, a tool and some more brackets. No, well, someone wants to see this as well. Money shot. Hope you're happy. This is the last big sprue. We've got a couple of small ones to go. So this is mainly the lower hull, bottom, sides, rear, in between, well, the firewall. And there is a lot of riveting detail, not a lot of casting detail. Fenders. You can see detail by yourself. Well, you won't be able to see that, so that's not really a problem. This is the lower hole, the bottom hole. Really, sides, and this is the other side. So, cat hair, yay! And this is the rear plate. So, not a lot on this one, but very important. Let's see, we got the 50 cal, I believe. Yeah, parts for the 50 cal setup. I have to say, this is the 50 cal itself. If the mesh here on the front is drilled open, so that's cool. Different barrels you can choose from. Ammo box, ammo belt. Just gonna put it on here. It's just part of the mount. Here's the, hopefully, yeah, you can see that it's drilled open there. Ammo box and the different barrels. You can see there the trigger. I think it's called, well, do you call it a trigger that way? And the ammo belt. Just turn this on the side. Boop. I actually don't know if you call it trigger. Guess you do. But is there a different word for that? The handle on the back of a 50 cal like that, so you hold it like this. If that's called something else than a trigger, comment. That's something I would like to know. I would guess it's just a trigger, but well, it looks completely different. Jerry cans, or fuel cans and water cans. Two different types. One says USA, one is just blank. This is G, so this is gasoline. So and these will be water then. Tops, handlebars and fixtures. And even here, there's lettering W. I think these are for water and these will be for the gasoline because there's the difference. The G on top for gasoline and these are blank. So they're more than one piece. These, see, so that's cool. Always nice. Last real sprue. No, so we have these, but those are just polycaps. These are, yeah, two of the same sprues. Put one back. I can see some R plate, a seat. Oh, you see the flash there? That's actually a bad mold. And how do I know? Well, this one is exactly the same flash on the same point. Let's see if I can put them next to each other. See? Exactly the same flash, so that's just a worn out mold. They have to retool it. Or have to, well, would be cool. Filler caps, headlights drilled out. Oh, this broke off. Yeah, that broke, number 3. I have to be careful when I'm building that one. Some nice leather texturing there. Spare track links. But these vision blocks I have to be clear, so I don't know why they put them in. Well, you don't have to choose for clear as well, and these are the lenses for the lights. I saw that in the last Asuka I reviewed. So that's cool. There's not a lot of detail to see here, so I'm not going to do it closer up than you already had. Then we are left with the tracks. These are actually, these are, by the sound of the plastic, these are newer. It's a new type, I'm guessing. And I think they're static. Yeah. They look very, very new. You can see there's space in between the blocks. They're completely clean. There's no texture. I don't think I am not a track expert, but these seem too clean to me. There's nothing on here. I think there should always be cleats or something on here, or one of those chevrons. Very quickly check. It's very stupid, but let me check the box art. No, they're just rubber pads apparently. Didn't know that was a thing. Honestly didn't. The connectors on the sides. There. And on the inside, of course, there. the occasional sprue gate, but it's something you should have expected. There's a nice little relief there. That looks good. And apparently they are just go together like this, and then just glue them. But I already saw we got some little dimples there, which apparently go into holes, but you can see this. Only one hole is really open, so you have to check it. So you probably have to prepare the other three. This way is the same. See, they're just all closed, so either you just say F it, and I'm doing it like this, and there's a little step there. Should he? Where's that flash? Yeah, I'm guessing it's flash. Well, apparently they glue together like I think in the newer Tamiya rubber band tracks. I myself are not the biggest fan of band tracks. I rather have either single link, and preferably like magic tracks by Dragon that are cleaned already, or link and length tracks. I don't care about these. But with the suspension from Asuka being complete. Oh, that's a good thing. I didn't see the rubber pads they were talking about. No, I was saying about the suspension. What is this the rubber they? I have to open this one anyway. Almost forgot. And these are just polycaps. Yeah, this is. It doesn't really feel like rubber. But you have to cut it to size yourself. You see, just a little sheet. Almost feels like felt. Definitely doesn't smell like rubber either. So, I'm guessing this is what you make the when you're gonna make the suspension workable. You have to use this, and then, like I said, polycaps. So they don't come with pre-cut rubber pads. It's something I thought they might, but too bad. Measure and cut them yourself, or just use the ABC fillers that were in the kit to make a stiff suspension, not movable anymore. So, and that concludes. The camera is not high enough anymore. My review of Asuka, or used to be Tesca, or used to be Bega. I think that's the first. 1/35 scale US medium tank, the M4A1 Sherman Mid Production. Like I said, the instructions compared to the other two I already did, these instructions are actually understandable. So I'm guessing this will be my first venture into Asuka, because the other ones are just harder than this. It's that easy. This one looks very good. I do not know if it's the turret, if it's completely cast, or if there's weld seams supposed to be. But the cast texture, the steel texture looks brilliant, as all the Asuka kits do. Not as happy with the tracks, but that's just me. I don't like rubber band tracks. I know people love them. I hate them. I don't hate them, but they're my least favorite ones. But all in all, there's something. Looks really good, this kit. Yeah, I'm looking forward to building it. And it might be one of my next builds I'm gonna do on camera. Might. Don't hold me to it. So, yeah, like I said, the Asuka M4A1 Sherman with kit number 35-010. Now available at Domino's. go over there, check them out. They help me out with doing these reviews. I help them out with doing these reviews. So maybe you can help them out by going to a website, looking what they got. They got loads. So, and I will link this in the description. And hope you like this. If you're not already, subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button. That really helps my channel out. And see you soon. Bye bye.